This is Aardvark892, and by request this is my second tutorial video. This is going to be on how to make a Dogfight server with limits on the number of aircraft being used. I'll pick a simple map, online MT that works. I know it has at least one good airfield that I like right here. Alright. This is, like I said, this is just an example on how to do this. This is if you want to make a mission where there's teams and each team only has a limited number of aircraft that they can use in it. Like, for example, just a classic dogfight match. But this adds a new level because now instead of attacking the enemy airplanes, you can attack the enemy aircraft and destroy the aircraft on the ground, limiting the number that they can use. So this will make more sense as we go through this. First off, we're going to start off with some static aircraft. We're going to do a British versus German. So we'll start with the British base. We'll start off with a couple of Hurries and Spitfires. Hurricane 2B. Alright, we'll put two of those. Actually, we'll put four of these here. Turn it to where it's facing the right way. Go into Properties, RAF. The skins may not matter on this, but I just do it for completeness. Alright, now Hurricanes, two of those will do 4 Spitfires. Those are more popular. Let me see, these were 1940s. We don't really have any Spitfires that early, so go for some tropical early 42s. Properties, RF 2, 3, 4, and we'll do a couple of, what's a good bomber for the English? Wellington's not flyable yet. Don't know what to use. Well, I'll use B-24. I know that the new one, 413's new super detailed B-24 is coming, but we'll just do this one for now. Alright, two of those. Okay. Now, these are all the airplanes that this side can use during the whole battle. 2 Hurricanes, 4 Spits, and a couple of bombers. That's all they have to use to either attack the enemy air base or just wipe out their fighters. So what we want to do is go to home base. It'll always center, no matter where you click it in the center. It'll go to the center of the airfield area. This circle represents its area of effect. Now, I want to show you something. Under Properties, Friction, it's unchecked with a default of 3.8. That means if you taxi off of these runways or taxiways, you're going to be hitting rough ground, and we all know what that's like. If you set it to 0 and enable it, that means this entire area, except of course the water, is flat and smooth like glass. You can taxi anywhere you want to. Not going to do that though. Oops, sorry. Put this back on so I can change it back to 3.8 and then undo it. Okay, so it's back to default. Now we do want to use stationary aircraft as spawn points to make sure that these are the only planes. This is the first step in making sure those are the only ones that are available to use. Return use stationary plane to original position. You may remember this from the Team Daedalus video, where it shows if you picked an airplane, you taxied for whatever you changed your mind, it would pop right back where it started. Or if you fly, you return, you land, when you hit refly to get the points, the airplane you were in will reset. I like that because you know, the ground crew would pull it back into place. Max slot pilots will do 8 at this airfield. Modify countries, remove all. We want just RAF. Obviously you don't have to do this. Okay. Enable aircraft limitations. Home base loses planes as they get destroyed. Let's say of your crew of 8 guys, 4 of them are flying. At least 4 airplanes on the ground. If one of the Germans comes by here and strafes them and destroys a couple of them, they're gone. You can't use them. The number of airplanes you can use is gone. Static planes also affect this function. That sets it up as much as possible. Now, aircraft, we want to remove all from this list. First off, B-24. I'm a dumbass. It's not the B-24. B-25 is the one that's flyable. So let's change this to B-25. Sorry. This will just take a second to get caught back up. We'll go for the 43. Yeah, that makes more sense. I thought that was wrong. I couldn't remember. Alright, now let's go back to this home base and finish setting up the aircraft. Alright, so we want to add the... And of course I added the wrong one. B-25. Properties. RAF. I just sometimes lose track of what kind of airplanes are available. There's so many. Okay. So these are both set up as RAF B-25s. I'll pull that one out a little bit. Alright, now, once again, back to the airfield. Aircraft, B-25, add Spitfire VC2. Early 1942, right? Yeah. Add that one. And then the Hurry 2B. Hurry back. Hurry 2B, where are you? Alright, now, here's the next step that you can't forget. We only have 2 Hurricanes, 4 Spitfires, 2 bombers. So we want to go to each one, Hurricane, and go Modify. Uncheck the Unlimited, put 2. Add all the available loadouts if you want them to have all the available loadouts. Spitfire, Modify, Unlimited, 4. Add all. If it's default and empty, you generally don't have to do that because those are going to be default. They're going to be available right off the bat. And then this one, B-25, modified, unlimited, 2. Add all the loadouts. Okay. Airbase, base, fog of war. I'm not going to worry about that stuff right now. It doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about. Alright. Now, if you did basically the exact same thing on the other airfield over here for the Germans, you'd have the same options. Your choice, what kind of airplanes to use, all that kind of stuff. So let's save it with just that one right now. You have to go to Net, Dogfight. I'm going to put this in my Dogfights, my test. This is what I use for testing features, trying to figure out how things work. Go to Exit, Multiplay, Create Server, Dogfight. Max players doesn't matter. You've already set 8 on each side. You would have. So go down here to my Dogfights test. Difficulty. Want to make sure everything's turned on except views. I need to use external views to show you around. Icons. That's my default and all that stuff on. All right. Load it. Okay. Sorry. Messed up. I forgot one very important thing. The home base. I got to set it to red so that it's playable. File, save, edit. Alright, let's try this again. Multiplayer. Create. Create. Doodle-doo-doo. Test. Alright, loading. Now, That's available. Click on it, takes it a second, it'll show the airplanes that are available, only those 3. Okay, I'm going to pick one of these Hurricanes. I'm going to show you something. What all this does. Alright, you see now that they are where I placed them. Okay, so since I'm one of the worst pilots ever in his community, I'm going to show you what would happen if I was on this map. Bail out. Come on, jump, jump, jump. Dead. Okay. Well, that's probably what would happen anyway. Just keep an eye on this thing. See how it's bouncing? That's where the friction comes in. And we'll just let this crash itself. It's going to any second here. Okay. So that's how my missions usually end up. Right there. So go to refly. Arming. All 3 of them are still available. Apply. Fly. Now check it out. One of them's missing. And it won't come back. So let's foot race with a Hurricane. I'm gonna lose. Alright. As it flies off, it'll probably crash pretty near the first one. It's going back to the hillside. Okay. Come on. Come on, crash. So I can make my point. Alright. So that's me twice. Refly. Now look. Arming. It's not even available. They're gone. When they're all gone, you can't refly. You lose the mission. And that is basically how that works. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, post them below or go to mission4today.com. Find me there, HF Aardvark892, and